Good day, everybody. I hope that you are well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 1 English lesson on sentence types. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username, as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English Language Arts. Grade 1. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of sentence types. All right. So we are doing our chapter on sentence types. Our subject is English Language Arts, grade 1. And in the lessons that we're going to be focusing on under the chapter of sentence types is to identify statements, and to identify questions. So that is going to be our lessons for today under the chapter of sentence types. All right. So there's four different kinds of sentences, right? So there's four different kinds of sentences. We have a statement, a question, we have a command, and we have an exclamation sentence, right? When we start looking at the first type of sentence, right, which is a statement. A statement so a statement, it tells about something. So it can basically be anything, but it's basically just telling you that, it's just telling you something. And with the statement, it ends with a period. All right. And if we look at an example of a statement, An example of a statement says, a lamp is a baby sheep. You see, so yeah, they are basically just telling you something. They're telling you something, they're telling you anything. And another example is Sam took a cookie. So that is basically examples of a statement. It just tells you something. It's the same as also saying that today is today is Thursday. That's also just a statement. Period. Or just saying that um tomorrow tomorrow will be Friday. That is just a statement that you're making. It's like you're just telling someone something, and it ends with a period. And then we have a question. A question asks something. So a question, it asks something, and with a question ends with a question mark, right? So a question asks ends with a question mark. So whenever you ask a question, right, it ends with a question marks. And examples of a question is, how do airplanes stay up? That's a question. How do airplanes stay up? Or it's asking a question, are we there yet? Another example of a question is, how old are you? That is a question that's being asked. Another example of a question is, where are you going? Or let's say, what day is it today? So what day is it today? Today is Thursday. So that is examples of questions. And then we have an exclamation sentence, right? Which is like a statement. All right. And we see that with an exclamation sentence, an exclamation, it's like a statement, right? So it's like a statement, but it shows either surprise or it shows strong feelings. And with an exclamation ends with an exclamation point. That's an exclamation point. It ends with an exclamation point. And then if we look at an example, right, it says, there's a turtle on the road. So there's a turtle on the road, right? All right. So then we can, if we look at the another example of a statement, right, of a exclamation sentence, right? We already said the one which is there's a turtle on the road. The second one would be today is Rose's birthday. So if we look at both of those examples, right, and then we can say that that is an exclamation statement, right? An exclamation mark or exclamation point, right? It is like a statement, but it shows surprise or it shows strong feelings. All right. And then we have a command sentence. And a command, it tells someone to do something. It's like the word command. It's like commanding someone to do something, but not in a necessarily commanding way. It's more like you just telling someone to do something or requesting that someone does something. So a command tells someone to do something. Most of the time, a command ends with a period. And it shows strong feelings. And if it shows strong feelings, and then it ends with an exclamation point. And if we look at an example of our command sentence, then we can say, put your shoes on, right? It's like telling someone what to do, right? It's not like shouting, nothing. It's just telling someone to put the shoes on. The next one is be nice to your sister, right? And that just shows a bit of strong feeling, right? And it ends with an exclamation point. So this is basically our four types of sentences, right? We said it is specifically a statement, a question, a command, which is like requesting someone to do something or telling someone to do something, and an exclamation sentence. Right? All right. So now we're going to go to aplusstudents.ca, and that is where we're going to be doing our tutorial lesson, and where we will be doing our test. aplusstudents.ca. All right, and we are still going to continue with the chapter of sentence types. All right. All right. So now we are here by aplusstudents.ca, and we're going on to the first lesson, which is to identify statements. And today we're going to be talking specifically about statements, and we're going to be talking about questions, right? And we said a statement, it tells about something, and a statement ends with a period. Like I say, it is anything random, like a lamb is a baby sheep. Sam took a cookie. It's like saying, even if you just even say, oopsie, my name is Nadine. So we can say, my name is Nadine, right? That is also a statement, and we end it with a period. So basically, it can be anything that you are just telling someone, because a statement just tells about something. So that is what a statement is. A statement is just telling you about something, and it ends with a period. Yes, like with a period. All right. All right. So now let's go to our test. All right. So now we're going to look at the four types of sentences, right? And we're going to identify which is a statement. Do we say Janet is a great swimmer? Or option two, how did you get here? or option 3, get in the pool, or option 4, the water is cold. We need to choose the correct statement. And if we were to choose the correct one, then yes, we would say Janet is a great swimmer. So well done. Janet is a great swimmer. So we need to say which one is a statement. Is it the one that says get there on time? Or option 2, the turtle went back into the water? Number 3, don't cross the road? Or the fourth one, is there any cake left? We need to choose the correct statement. So we need to choose the statement. So do we say get there on time? The turtle went back into the water? Don't cross the road? Or is there any cake left? And if we were to choose the correct one, we would choose all right. So which is a statement? And yes, we can say it is the turtle went back into the water. So that is just a statement. It's just telling us what happened. It's just telling us that the turtle went back into the water. Right? So option 2 is correct. Let's go to the next one. It says, which one is a statement? Is it a don't trip over the rug or on the rug? So the statement, don't trip on the rug. Some people can't eat peanuts. Can you please get the phone? Or John, sit down. All right, so if we look at the sentence, right, it says, some people can't eat peanuts, right? All right, so we need to say which one is a statement, and we can say lions can live for more than 10 years. All right, and then the last one it says which one is a statement? Oh, we said lions can live for more than 10 years. Yes, well done. Well done. And in this one, which one is a statement? Ends with a period. And we can then say, if we look at the statement, right, we can say the clients are buying a farm, right? So the clients are buying a farm. All right. So which one is a statement? Option one says peanuts are not really nuts. Option two says does Steve Olivia? Put your toys away. We finally won. Which means that if we were to, we would go with option one. All right. The one I have a statement. It says, does it say Mrs. Wilson work with my mother or wash your hands? So we will choose the third one, which is Miss Wilson worked with my mom. All right. So if we look at the specific statement, remember, firstly, a statement ends with a period, right? So to make it a bit more easier, right, we first look at the ones what that ends with a period, and then we do our elimination from there. It says, don't put that in the garage. Or it says, my baby sister plays with dolls. All right. So if we look at the statement, right, we can say, my baby sister plays with dolls. All right. Yes. My baby sister play with dolls. So well done. Now we're going to identify questions. All right. So now we're going to question. We're going to identify question. And remember, question said it asks something, and a question ends with a question mark, right? All right. So with the question, right, we see that with the question, it asks a question, it can ask us something, it can ask anything, which means that with that, it also requires a response. So any question that is being asked, it's like you require a response. It's like if I ask, what is your name, right? So it's like if I ask, what is your name, then it means that you need to respond by giving me your name, right? If I ask, are we there yet? You are going to respond as if you are agreeing. All right. And another question is, how do airplanes stay up? How old are you? All right. So that is questions. Questions, it asks something, and we need to add a question mark to our sentence or the end of our sentence. And a question mark indicates a question that was being asked, right? All right. So now we're going to A plus students.ca. And when it comes to questions, we see that a question asks something. It asks a question. So a questions ask a question, and it ends with a question mark. And if we look at an example, right, we specifically said, how do airplanes say up? Are we there yet? Um, all right. So now we say we're going to A plus students.ca, which we are here, and now we're going to our test. And we are under the chapter of, well, let's say the chapter, the lessons of identified questions. So now we're going to our test, begin test. We must now look at that four sentences and we need to say which one is a question. So, question. Remember, with the question, there's a question mark, right? So we can, yes, we can say, when did Tess go to Boston? So, question that's being asked. So, well done. The next one is, which one is a question? That is you asking a question. When did Tess go to Boston? All right, a question. And our question is, what are you working on? And it ends with a question mark. All right. And if we look at the next one, it says, what are you working on? Yes. So what are you working on? No, I'm just doing my homework. What are you working on? And it ends with a question mark. So well done. That one is correct. And then one more question, right? It says, frogs come in many colors. Leave the frogs alone. What do you want for lunch? Or this frog is huge. And lastly, we have a question. And the question is, what do you want for lunch? Right? What do you want for lunch? That is a question that is being asked. And then another one is, what do you want? Okay, we have what do you want for lunch? Sorry. And that one is correct. And then the next one is, when is our zoo trip? When is our zoo trip? And if we were to like respond and say, when is our zoo trip, right? All right, so we will then say, when is our zoo trip? Is our question, right? Well done. So that is correct. Because remember, you said with this with a statement, right? A question. With a question, questions is being asked from the simplest to the toughest, but questions is being asked. All right. So last one before we it says, does the dress look good on me? Right? Does the dress look good on me? So it's either someone is going to respond, yes, it looks good on you, or no, it's not gonna look good on you. Right? Oopsie. So we're choosing, does the dress look good on me? Right? And you basically have to respond either with yes, it does, or no, it doesn't. Right? All right. So we are now. All right, and we said under the chapter of sentence types, we specifically spoke about the statement, and we spoke about questions, and we said a statement just tells us about something, and it ends with a period, whereas a question, right, ends with a question mark. Right. So we see that we have a statement it tells you about something, ends with a period, whereas a question, right, it is a question that is being asked, and you need to respond if a question is being asked to you. All right, so that is the end of our lesson. Thank you very much, grade ones. I really hope you're going to have a good day further. Goodbye.